Mm-hmm. Could you please say a little bit, because there is a question here indicating that we are focusing more on canceling by the left.
Yep.
But in fact, in your book, you have a whole chapter and maybe even
we have 3 chapters actually.
Also dealing with what is going on the right.
Oh, absolutely.
Could you lay that out, Greg, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So we talk about cancel culture on the right as well. We talk about book challenges. And even though some of those cases are cases where someone's saying that book isn't appropriate for a 12-year-old, which is, something that like libraries always consider. There are actually situations where people are sending, police to arrest librarians, and or when a book that might otherwise be characterized as inappropriate for a kid is actually entirely taken out of the library instead of just moved to the adult section, that we consider actual book ban. So we have a chapter on that. We talk about some of the bad legislation that's come out. Like the Stop Woke Act in Florida. That was an act that people like Chris Rufo were supportive of it, and the idea was that they were going to simply ban certain topics in American higher education. And when they were testifying about this in court, they were even saying kind of like, well, this would mean that you couldn't be you could be anti-affirmative action, but a professor couldn't be pro-affirmative action. I'm like, okay, you've just described something that is laughably unconstitutional. And we warned about that being unconstitutional, tried to get Florida not to pass it. They did pass it. And then, of course, we sued and we won, as we knew we would. So I am very critical of that attempt in particular, because it's the one piece of legislation, despite a lot of legislation I have my issues with, the only one that was absolutely clearly unconstitutional as a curricular ban in higher ed, and we have defeated the first version of it. If it comes up again, we'll defeat it again. So we are critical, of attacks from the right.